Hey everyone, welcome back to Rumble Canada. Today I want to talk to you about your Crosman DPMS and can it handle over 500 FPS. Now before we get into the video, could I get you to please click that subscribe button and give a thumbs up? I'm looking for subscribers and I've got lots of cool stuff coming. I'll be mostly working on air pistols, air rifles, muscle cars, old ATVs, inexpensive ATVs, boats. I'll be fishing, camping, hiking, lots of cool outdoor adventures here in Canada. I'll be traveling across Canada. So why not click that subscribe button? It'll help the channel out, doesn't cost you anything. And if you've already subscribed, thank you. And if you're not interested in subscribing, at least a thumbs up because it'll help the channel out. So let's get into, can your Crosman DPMS handle over 500 FPS? Well, the answer is no. In fact, it can't even handle 480 feet per second. I started to experience issues around the 480 mark. The rifle started not firing a couple times, and then it stopped firing altogether. So found a little piece that fell out, put everything back together, turned it up to 500 FPS, and then that was it. The rifle stopped shooting. So I thought, okay, well, let's grab my other rifle. I put my magazine that goes over 500 FPS, put it in, first pull, boom, it broke too. And 2 rifles down now. Now let's be honest, these rifles are mostly for looks. They take well to accessories, they look really good. Out of the box, they're really nice. They look nice on the shelf or on the wall, but really, they're just little wimpy BB guns. And I know BB guns can go well over 500, 600 feet per second. So these ones had to be detuned or were set up to only handle about 430 feet per second because anything after that, they just break and fail. So I'm going to be fixing this. And the first thing I'm going to be fixing on the Crosman DPMS is the hammer because it's junk. The internals are absolute junk on this thing. But that is normal and typical of all BB rifles. They're cheap metals, they're plastics, so you can't expect much. But it would have been nice if Crosman would have spent just a little bit more money on the hammer and another piece that's in there that I don't like, but mostly the hammer because it's absolute garbage. It just falls apart over 400 and at around the 480 feet per second mark. So here's a stock one. I've only put a few rounds through this one, but this is going to start to fail at around the 480 mark. So I have a couple of these rifles, and this actually got stuck in the hammer part of it. Now, these hammers really suck. They should have been designed a little bit better because once you start going over 430 feet, this here is going to come apart eventually. So if you already have had your rifle for a little while, even a new one, they're going to come apart. So I'm going to start with fixing this first. I'm going to show you what to do. Okay, so what I plan to do is I'm just put the hammer inside some vice grips here, and then I'm just going to take my drill. I just put a bit inside there, and I'm actually going to come in this way into it like this, and then I'm just going to drill straight through. So straight through, and then I'm going to knock in an Allen key piece. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so I've drilled through it. You can see a little bit of wear here was slipping in my vice grips. I didn't want to make it too tight and put grooves into it, but I did polish it up a little bit, so that's okay. But I drilled right through, so I've got a straight bore, both sides. Here's the part that's scary now. Let's see if it fits. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Okay, so here's how it's looking so far. I'm just going to keep pressing this in. All I'm doing is putting it in here like this and just turning it in and pressing this to the center, and hopefully it'll just keep going and it doesn't separate and crack this, but let's just keep going and see how it does. Okay, so it actually worked out quite well. So here's the stock one, and then here's my new modded one. So nice hammer. Now this one sticks out about 1 millimeter, where this one is almost flat. So I don't know if that's going to make a difference, but it is working. It's working with the stock mag. Now I'm not going to use my 500 FPS mag yet because, again, I want to be able to use my rifle for a little bit while I'm testing. So stay tuned for a follow-up video when I fix more internal parts so our Crosman DPMS can handle over 500 FPS. So stay tuned and thanks for watching.